Okay, Nick Fuentes, say what you want about him. Shill, not a shill, whatever. Not here to talk about that. But he's hopped off the Trump train. And he talks about how Donald Trump, the orange clown, is only gonna kick out immigrants that criticize Israel. He's gonna forget about the MS-13 guys, the pedophiles, the child traffickers, and all that. I mean, these MS-13 types could care to give a fuck about the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. I mean, Trump's garbage. He's not here to help. There's no 3D chess either. But let's play it.
So what are we going to do? I mean, I don't understand now. We elected the America First president, and now it is effectively a crime to criticize Israel. Anyone that criticizes Israel is being called a terrorist supporter, which, that sounds funny until you realize that that's a real classification. They're saying that anyone that doesn't support Israel supports terrorists. That's a big problem. Because they're hell-bent on using the State Department and DHS and law enforcement to surveil and persecute anybody that supports terrorism. This is terrifying. You increasingly cannot live in Europe or the United States if you don't support Israel. What is that? It's like the mark of the beast. If you don't support...
Europe too, look it up. If you say the Holocaust didn't happen or something like that, you go to jail. Look it up, you don't believe me.
Or this satanic country where they tried to ban the gospel, this country where they spit on Christians, this country that talks about a virtue and hatred. They say that there are no innocents in Gaza, not even the newest born babies. If you don't pledge allegiance to this...
Now that's a serious amount of hate right there.
This country, you cannot get a federal contract. You cannot enter the United States. You cannot get citizenship. You'll be deported. It's a civil rights violation if you voice this in a university. It's banned in the TikTok comments after Trump brought TikTok back. And by the way, it's like this in Europe too. We're white, not Jewish. This is a Christian civilization, not a Jewish one. And yet these are the rules. And people think that this was preferable. They say, hey, well, at least it's better than Kamala. I don't know, would Kamala be deporting people for anti-Semitism? Would Kamala mobilize the Department of Homeland Security and the State Department and the FBI and the NSA to surveil anybody that criticizes Israel and flag them for deportation or...
I think elections are fake anyway. I don't think they're even real. I think it was in the script. Trump is playing as the Antichrist, basically. It's bullshit.
Other crimes? It's insane. And they say, well, it's better than Kamala. Why? Why? Because of the mass deportations, which are totally happening anytime now, anytime soon. Any day now, that's going to start, allegedly. It's not good. It's freaky. And they're just getting started. This program's been in place for 3 weeks. 3 weeks they've arrested 300 people for criticizing Israel. Groups like Canary Mission, which have profiled me, are flagging people for the State Department to kick out of America, and people are cheering for it. They're saying, oh, jihadists are being removed. As we have mobilized 7 stealth bombers and Diego Garcia to bomb Iran in another Middle East war. That's America first.
These wars are costing trillions, man. This country's done. It's done. Say what you want about Fuentes, but this guy's been telling the truth lately. He's a Johnny-come-lately. So, I don't trust him, but... yeah, it's done.
Because the intersection of big data, connectivity, and artificial intelligence, and what it does in robotics and genetics and all the other fields, Uli, that you mentioned, everything, that is changing our world in rapid succession. And the future belongs to those who can seize this change. We are positioned right at the cusp of this change, right at the center of this change. We can take it, and we are. It's changing us. It's giving us powers and prowess that we never had before. And cyber is a real domain of power. It's a new kind of warfare, very different from what we've seen before. I'm talking about the capacity, and it's not imaginary, it's not futuristic, and it's not exaggerated. With the click of a button, you can bring down nations to their knees very rapidly, if you so desire.